Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Matt the Cell Junkie coming back at you with one more. So as you can tell by the title and what is on the screen, I am talking about some smartwatches right now. So let me give you a little backstory on these. I have a previous video on this one. This is the Apple Watch Series 2. Got that a couple months ago, and I'm gonna get my full impression on that one and everything in a couple weeks, just to kind of change it up where it's not just a couple day review, but just as it's a full-blown, hey, I own this sumbitch kind of review. This is a Pebble Time. I picked this up a couple days ago at Target on clearance for 75 bucks. This one was $229 plus I think it was like 50 bucks worth of Apple Care or something like that. So the big thing is, guys, when it comes to smartwatches, I've always said cheap is not always great. The most expensive is not always great. Sometimes you do get what you pay for, and then sometimes you really don't. And in my opinion, smartwatches does not differ from that. You can get a smartwatch on Amazon for like 15 bucks, and I don't recommend doing that. That's a god awful idea, like horrible idea. Do not do it. If you've already ordered it, cancel it right now. I'm not playing. The reason being is those watches are made to basically be toys and for you to break them, or the thing's going to die 2 days after you get it in the mail. Seriously, they are not quality by any means. The displays usually suck on them. You can't even see what time it is inside, let alone outside. But on the same token, if you have, if you got the porcelain Apple Watch that was like $1,300, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. Or that one that was like 20 grand because it was solid gold and had like diamonds coming out of the ass of it or something. I don't know. But anyway, there's no reason to get one of those either. I'm sorry. You can make it all day long, but whoever buys it is really the moron for that one, because there's no reason to have anything that expensive when, especially in tech, when it's going to go out, in a couple of years. But when it comes to smartwatches, I go dead center, if not on the lighter side on the price. The reason being is, in my opinion, most of the time you get the same experience. You get a good experience, as long as you've done your research and you figure out what's going on with it. To give you guys an idea, like the biggest things that I do or I think about when I'm buying a smartwatch, I've owned the Pebble, the original Pebble, the Pebble Steel. This, like I said, this is the Pebble Time, and now I have an Apple Watch. I've never messed with Android stuff when it comes to like Moto 360s and all that. I've not yet messed with one because I can already tell just by watching some reviews on YouTube, I don't like the interface on it. So I'm not going to even bother. And I mean, that might sound bad, but I'm not. But the biggest thing is, the three biggest thing is cost, your OS platform, and then your own personal style and what feels good to you and what makes you really think, hey, this is a good watch, or hey, this is a bad watch, or anything like that. So cost, to give you guys an idea, like I said, this was 75 bucks. This was $229 at Best Buy with a $50 Apple Care. All right, so it was less than 300 bucks, and it's a Series 1 42 millimeter. This guy's been doing pretty good. Obviously, it only works for iOS. Now, I'm, again, the tech guy, so I switch between iOS, Android. If I had a Windows phone, I'd switch between that, and if I had my old BlackBerry Classic, I would probably switch between that as well. The bad thing is this is stuck on iOS. I cannot use this for anything else. There's probably some backwoods side load job that you can do on the Android for that, and to be honest, I don't feel like dealing with it. But when it comes to Android, where it seems like a good idea, but basically it's just an extension of your smartphone, in the sense of it's basically, you get the same icons, you get the same everything. There's no difference, in my opinion, from that to the other one. Now, you can say the same thing about iOS, but there's still a different interface involved. To me, the other one just seems so close to Android, it doesn't work for me. Then you got like Garmin and Fitbit and stuff like that. They can go across most platforms, but I don't really want an activity tracker. I want a smartwatch. That's kind of my deal. So when it comes to the Pebble, even though they just got bought out by Fitbit, which made a lot of the nerd community, including myself, become very sad at that. When it comes to that, I mean, Pebble, in my opinion, is one of the best smartwatches you can get. It does everything you need. It gives you all of the notifications and, I mean, everything. It's water resistant. I mean, when this first came out, I think it was either 150 or 250. And like I said, I got it down now to $75, and I'm okay with that. Now, will it stay around after Fitbit says after a year? It might not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm either going to keep it or take it back within 30 days. We'll see. But this one can go across all platforms. I used it when I had a Windows phone at one point. I used my Pebble Steel. When I had my BlackBerry, I had my Pebble Steel, and I was using it. And they actually had their own little third-party app. So, I mean, it went across all platforms, and that's the good thing. It was interchangeable. I only needed one watch, and I could use it on multiple platforms, multiple devices. This one I can use on iOS alone, and that's it. Kind of a bummer on that, but I feel this is a little bit better than Android Wear. I'm really starting to sound biased, but it is what it is. So, I mean, you know, the price is the big thing, in my opinion, you know, as well as your platforms. Make sure the platforms are what you want. If you don't switch, you have an iPhone, you're Cupertino loyal, and that's it, get an Apple Watch. You know, that's fine. If you're strictly Android, get Android Wear. If you're like me and you swap between, find something that can swap between. That way, you know, you got it. But at the same time, if you want to try other stuff, try other stuff. And the last thing, guys, is really what works for you. What is your style? You know, is your style the big, bold, bulky, here I come, I could take this, use this as brass knuckles and destroy your face kind of watch? Or do you have like more of a dainty wrist and you're more dainty, or, you know, you're a guy and you're, you know, really skinny, or you're, you know, you're a woman or something like that, get something smaller. I mean, they got the 38 millimeter in this one. This is pretty much the standard size for all Pebbles if you were looking for a Pebble. I mean, it kind of is a 38 millimeter kind of deal. The Pebble 2 is slightly thinner, and, you know, they have a Pebble Time as well. But I mean, you know, just go with your style. Does it work for you? Does it look good on your wrist? Is it too big, too small? Actually, if you can, you know, maybe run to a Best Buy or to a Target or something, actually try them on and say, you know, I don't like this. Yes, it fits good. No, it doesn't fit good. This is, you know, stupid shit. I don't like it at all, blah, blah, blah. That way you don't have to take the time to buy it, try it on, take it back if you don't like it. You forgot about the 30 or 60 day, 90 day return policy. Now you're stuck with that. So now you've got a $300 Apple Watch, and you're going, oh God, and now you're trying to offload it on Craigslist to get some of your money back. So, I mean, definitely, guys, do your research, know what you're getting into. If you're like me, you do that. You will do that on your cell phones, you will do it on your tablets, your computers, your smartwatches, I mean, everything. You do your research before you buy. You know, get some opinions in, find out who has these things. So, I guess in closing, guys, the big thing is just make sure, like I said, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know what you're getting into. You know, these are, in my opinion, they're not the major purchases of life, but at the same time, you know, it does take up some cash. And you need to know what you're getting into. Don't just buy something because you know your buddy Doug's got it. Well, the hell with Doug. It's your money, right? So if you guys got any questions, drop them down in the comments. If, you know, you want to know something about these particular watches, or you want my opinion, or, you know, whatever, I don't care, guys. Throw it down there. I like to have a conversation. At the same time, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and guys, I'll see you on the next one.